Imagine a world without Google Maps. Yeah, that's what the 15th century felt like. People knew about Europe and parts of Asia, but everything else? Total mystery. But you see, there was a catch. Getting those spices meant traveling dangerous land routes controlled by, shall we say, unfriendly middlemen. Think highway robbery, but, with camels. Europe's thirst for spices, especially pepper, was real, like really real. Pepper was basically the salt of the Middle Ages. It made bland food tasty and bonus, helped preserve it. And let's be honest here, exploring new places and discovering the unknown, that's just plain cool. So with a mix of curiosity, ambition, and a craving for some serious flavor, the age of exploration kicked off. Christopher Columbus, a dude with a serious case of wanderlust, decided to sail west to reach the east. His thought process? Why go east when you can go west? Makes sense, right? Somehow, he convinced Queen Isabella of Spain to fund his trip. She probably thought, what's the worst that could happen? Famous last words. In 1492, Columbus set sail with 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Catchy names, right? After weeks at sea, they finally hit land. Columbus thought sweet India, but it was actually the Caribbean. Oops. Columbus made a total of 4 voyages, opening up the Americas to Europe. Sure, he got the destination wrong, but hey, stumbling upon a whole new continent? Not bad for a day's work. While Columbus was busy bumping into the Americas, thinking he'd found a shortcut to India, Portugal was like, hold my beer. They had bigger plans and a lot more ambition. The spice trade was the ultimate jackpot of the 15th century. Spices weren't just about flavor, they were currency, medicine, and status symbols. Enter Vasco da Gama, a fearless sailor with a nose for profit and probably pepper. He wasn't just any explorer. He was the guy who'd risk it all for glory and gold. In 1497, da Gama set sail from Lisbon, Portugal with one mission: find a sea route to India. This wasn't just a voyage, it was a gamble that could change the world. No more of that land travel nonsense. The overland routes were slow, expensive, and crawling with middlemen who jacked up prices. He sailed down the west coast of Africa, navigating uncharted waters and braving the unknown. Then came the Cape of Good Hope. A name that sounds optimistic but was anything but. The treacherous waters were a sailor's nightmare, but da Gama pushed through, and finally, in 1498, he reached India. This wasn't just a personal victory, it was a monumental moment in history. Da Gama's voyage? Total game changer. It opened up a direct sea route to India, reshaping global trade forever. By cutting out the middlemen, Portugal gained a monopoly on the spice trade, making them one of the richest nations of the time. Spices like pepper, cinnamon, and cloves became more accessible, fueling Europe's obsession with exotic flavors. It was like finding a shortcut to the best all-you-can-eat buffet in town, except this buffet also made you filthy rich. Section 4, Magellan's Wild Ride, proving the Earth's round the hard way. Ferdinand Magellan was like the overachiever of explorers, a man with a vision that went beyond the horizon. He didn't just want to find new routes, he wanted to circumnavigate the globe, a feat no one had ever accomplished before. That's right, sail all the way around the world, proving once and for all that the Earth was not flat but a sphere. Talk about a road trip, or should we say, a sea trip of epic proportions. In 1519, Magellan set sail with 5 ships and a crew of around 270 men, embarking on a journey that would test the limits of human endurance and courage. They faced storms that threatened to tear their ships apart, starvation that pushed them to the brink, mutiny from within their own ranks, and even hostile locals in unfamiliar lands. Imagine navigating uncharted waters with no GPS, relying only on the stars and rudimentary maps. Tragically, Magellan himself didn't make it back, losing his life in a local conflict in the Philippines while trying to mediate between warring factions. But his vision lived on. In 1522, one ship, the Victoria, and a crew of just 18 men limped back to Spain, completing the first circumnavigation of the Earth. Magellan's journey was epic in every sense of the word, a testament to human determination and the thirst for discovery. It proved that the Earth was round, not flat, sorry flat earthers, expanded geographical knowledge, opened up new trade possibilities, and forever changed how humanity viewed the world. Magellan's daring expedition remains one of the greatest achievements in the history of exploration, a story of ambition, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. Section 5, Game Changer, How These Journeys Reshape the World. These journeys were not just about exploration, they were about rewriting the very fabric of human history. They were the catalysts for a new era of interconnectedness, trade, and cultural exchange. These epic voyages weren't just about bragging rights and Instagrammable moments, although we're sure they would have gotten tons of likes. They were about pushing boundaries, both physical and intellectual, and challenging the limits of what was thought possible. They had a profound impact on the world, shaping it in ways that still resonate today. These journeys laid the groundwork for globalization, connecting distant lands and peoples in ways that had never been imagined before. The discovery of the Americas by Columbus, even if he thought it was India, led to the Columbian Exchange, a massive transfer of plants, animals, and unfortunately diseases between the Old World and the New World. This exchange reshaped diets, economies, and even ecosystems on both sides of the Atlantic. Think potatoes, tomatoes, and chocolate going to Europe, revolutionizing European cuisine and agriculture in ways that are still evident today, and horses and smallpox coming to the Americas. While horses transformed transportation and warfare for many indigenous cultures, smallpox and other diseases devastated populations, leading to profound social and cultural upheavals. Vasco da Gama's route to India revolutionized trade, opening up direct sea routes that bypassed traditional overland paths controlled by intermediaries. This made Portugal a major player in the global spice market, bringing exotic flavors to European tables and fueling a demand that would shape economies for centuries. It also paved the way for European colonialism in Asia, as nations sought to control these lucrative trade routes and resources. This colonial expansion, however, came at a great cost, with devastating consequences for the people already living there, including exploitation, displacement, and cultural erasure. Magellan's circumnavigation of the globe expanded geographical knowledge, proving that the Earth was round and interconnected. This journey not only confirmed the planet's shape, but also provided a clearer understanding of its vastness and the challenges of global navigation. It inspired future explorers and mapmakers, who began to see the world as a single, interconnected entity rather than isolated regions. These journeys also led to increased global trade and cultural exchange, creating a web of connections that brought new ideas, goods, and technologies to different parts of the world. But with these exchanges came challenges, including exploitation and inequality, reminding us that progress often comes at a cost. These journeys reshaped the world, for better or for worse, leaving a legacy that continues to influence our lives today. Section 6. Exploration. A legacy of adventure, new worlds, and let's be real, some messy stuff too. The age of exploration was a time of incredible discovery, daring voyages, and groundbreaking achievements. These explorers were like the astronauts of their time, pushing the boundaries of the known world and expanding human understanding of the planet. But it's important to remember that exploration wasn't always sunshine and roses, or spices and gold. It often involved violence, exploitation, and the subjugation of native populations. The consequences of these encounters continue to shape our world today. Section 7. The journey continues. The age of exploration may be over, but the human spirit of adventure and discovery is alive and well. Today we explore the depths of the ocean, the vastness of space, and even the complexities of the human brain. So the next time you fire up Google Maps to find a new restaurant or plot a road trip, remember the explorers who came before you. They may not have had GPS, but their thirst for knowledge and their daring voyages helped shape the world we live in today.